There was no, when you go back, you're going to be missing your gun, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, you're going to be wishing you had whatever situation. They didn't explain to us, like, that we'd be having all these problems. It was frustrating because I didn't understand what was happening, you know. And then finally I learned it was PTSD, and then it took even more time to go and get help for it. And it was just a big ordeal. What's the name? This is Purple Heart, National Defense Ribbon, Iraq Campaign, Global War on Terrorism, Overseas Medal, and then Overseas Ribbon and Combat Action Ribbon. He shot at us. We were outside of our trucks. We all ran back to our trucks. And when we started pursuing, that's when they detonated the IED, and it just blew my truck to pieces, killed a couple of my friends, and then it wounded every one of us in the truck. So my gunner he was completely shattered. And then the guy sitting next to me was busted up and going, yeah, I mean, he was just having his own problems. And then I was the only one to walk out. But I had shrapnel in both my legs, my neck, secondary burns on my face. I mean, I was knocked unconscious with a traumatic brain injury, and then I broke my ankle. The doctor told me, like, because I had surgery on my ankle, he said that I wasn't going to be able to run the way I used to or jump the way I used to from being a high school football athlete. And to hear that was miserable. 5 years of that depression and being on the medications and all that other crap, started exercising, riding my bike, and run and jump again. No problem. That doctor was wrong, certainly. They tell me I can't do something, and I'm gonna do it. That's been my thing. I got a Humvee, and then I got a guy on the back with his face on fire, representing me. But it's gonna, I don't know. It's gonna be a whole piece right there, a memorial piece. And then over here I got the soldier's cross for my friends who got killed. I got the name of my unit, or the Dealers of Death. That was the company I was in. I ended up getting prescribed painkillers naturally. And I'd gotten addicted to painkillers. And it took me 5 years, so from 2007 to just last year essentially, I'd been on these medications. And it just destroyed my life. I mean, that plus PTSD or whatever symptoms I was having it was ruining me. And so, I needed help, and that's where I went to the program in Menlo Park. And then there I learned communication skills, coping skills, different exposure therapies, and just all these different techniques that helped me out immensely. And now I feel 100 times better. Now it doesn't bother me as much, and it's like I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor.
I work with men and women who have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. I use recreation therapy as sort of the intervention or the medicine, if you will. For whatever reason, with the recent returnees, cycling was one of the activities that they all seemed interested in doing as a group. So we started bike riding. We started out with mountain bikes, and then we went from mountain bikes to hybrids to road bikes. And one of the things that was really key to that process is partnering up with Ride to Recovery.
Ride to Recovery is essentially to help wounded veterans, whether it be PTSD or, physical injuries, mental injuries. It doesn't matter. It's to help get better. So when you're riding, you completely forget about all your problems. You might not forget about them, but you have other veterans who are around you that can relate, so you can just talk to them and just get at ease with it's a way to communicate your problems. We rode from Santa Cruz to I think Solvang, and it was pouring rain for the first 3 hours, and so everyone's cold and miserable, and you're in a group, and all the water's slanging up off the wheels in front of you and getting in your mouth, so you don't have to hydrate. You got all this dirt and gravel in your eyeballs. It was miserable, but at the same time it was a lot of fun. It's like I'm doing it with all these other people. I might be able to bitch and complain, but that's just going to help me through it because I'm still doing it. I can bitch all I want, but I'm still here. That's how I look at it, at least. If I'm stressed, anxiety, angry, whatever, I try as hard as I can to get on my bike. And the minute I get on my bike, I can pedal my anger out, whatever the case may be, pedal my stress. And then, I don't know, sometimes I want to go on like an hour ride and it'll turn into a 3 or 4 hour ride. But it's just also calm and relaxing because there's no noise other than, the wind rushing past you. It's just, as relaxing as it's just so relaxing for me. And then climbing a hill, which is miserable, but for me, going down the hill is the best part. So as miserable as climbing is, when I get to the top, I get to go as fast as I can down the backside.